Alright, drowned men, welcome back. And we had a major watershed moment in the last episode by finally getting our hands on these two warbows. Now, before pushing on, I wanted to take a second just to consider what is the single biggest threat that this group faces right now. And knowing what I'm like, and knowing the history of this campaign as well, no. I think it's fair to say that the biggest threat is me. My overconfidence and taking people where they shouldn't be, taking risks, getting ourselves killed. This could be a good mission though. It's 3 days, quite far, but provisions are paid for. It's a decent payout and it puts us all the way to the northwest in a city that has good resources. So we can take this escort all the way to the northwest. Have to do a mission or two out there. Hell's Hovel's up there. Okay, so what do we proclaim to the men the company will set out to do? I think now's the time, certainly, to upgrade the cart. 20 good men, that's quite easy. 2 Warhammer bonuses, that could be quite. These are all 3 quite easy ones. I think because I want to fish for some decent brothers, we'll get the 20 brothers perk. So that other ambition of the Warhammers shouldn't be too hard. Because Tobit will be getting Warhammer Mastery at his next level. And our other Hammer Master, Alvarin, isn't that far off from taking it as well. Peasants on the road heading the opposite way is actually a good sign, because it means the road is largely open. Those juicy little peasants wouldn't have got far if there was anything dangerous out here. I hope we can hit Schafferstein before night time. Damn. Hoping to hit the market there. I also think I'm going to make a real effort to go to the training hall and train up, because I think it's Dalmar, our Squire Archer. He's leveling up with like 5 range skill every level. I also want to think a little bit about... I think there's an interaction between a retired soldier and a Squire. No, it's a Hedge Knight and a Squire. The Hedge Knight gives the Squire increased stats. Look, there's a woman standing off the side of the road. She's standing at the head of a donkey-pulled wagon. This is the Hooers. 650 crowns. Go on, lads, get laid. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, you agree to the offer. The pimp and her harlots come forward, swarming into your ranks like a bunch of salacious snakes. You know, moments after most of your men have their pants down, a group of bandits step out from the bushes. Grab your sword, the actual bladed one, and naked-leggedly remove a thief's head from his shoulder and stab another through the chest. More robbers come forward, weapons out ready for combat, but the pimp jumps between everyone. Whoa, 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 no one else needs to die here. Some of your men still don't even realize what the hell is going on, which is a good sign, as any of that this wench has gotten a drop on you. That said, the drowned man is still a force of nature, pants or no pants. And the pimp recognizes this. She scolds the hired hands. I thought I told you morons to not attack if the Johns appear dangerous. Now they look fucking dangerous. Goddamn, look, Sellsword, I'll take double the offer and leave you be. Just doable. Just double the offer. Well, you can fuck off. You're all gonna die. Oh, I thought we'd actually get a fight. Oh, for fuck's sake. You don't say no, deal, so much as show it. Sword still in hand, you swing it back up and slash the pimp's face. As she stares at you in disbelief, you reverse the sword swing and cleave her head clean off. The men, trousers down, grab their gear and start to fight. A few harlots brandish daggers and get some stabs in, but they are quickly killed off. Most of the prostitutes are harmless, but get butchered in the confusion and chaos. The robbers, who probably weren't expecting actual combat, say farewell to their short, shitty lives. When it's all said and done, there's a good 20 bodies spread over the field, and most mercenaries have not come out of the other side unharmed. You try and salvage what you can from the field. Okay, I could have sworn that was going to proc an actual battle. But it looks like you just get a whole bunch of injuries, which obviously sucks. That means now until, what, 4 to 8 days. So for the next week, we're just going to be doing delivery missions and healing up. It's going to be far too expensive. Oh, for goodness sake. As if on cue, these guys show up. It's not so bad. That is terrible, but not so bad. Melee defense. Okay, that's not too bad. Action points, that's horrible. You can only swing once with that. Action points per tile's moved. He's not going to be moving, so that's fine. That's really dangerous. It could put these guys to like one-hit territory. Overall, the injuries aren't that horrible, and this is a fight we can win. How many marksmen? It's only a few. We've got caravan hands. It's daytime. I'm backing us to be able to outshoot those marksmen. And then we should make short work of the raiders and of the thugs especially. Tier 2 crossbows, not what I want to see. But the fact that they're charging at us is bloody great news. If I get my timing right, they're not all running forward. I'm expecting the crossbowmen to move forward and take a shot. I just want to make it so that I can shoot at the crossbowmen. Or let's wait and see what they do. Because that's like a half. Half of them will stay back, half of them will move forward. Okay. So one of you pointed out in the comments that Duelist does indeed affect thrown weapons, which is tempting, I've got to say, but if one of you could do the actual maths and point the numbers out to me, I'd be grateful, because first of all, I'm terrible at maths. Hands here. You know what, I'm going to take his shield out because he's got low enough hit points that a single crossbow bolt could do for him. I just want to know what the raw numbers are. Is it actually worth it? Take Duelist. The thing is, my backline guys, with my ninjas, I've already taken Shield Expert. Let's see. Yeah, long story short, I'm not convinced that it's going to be worth taking Duelist, unless I specifically level up a ninja with that in mind. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, if Duelist increased damage, well, the one thing I need to check is if you first of all get the extra damage bonus from having your offhand free, because then it's plus 25 damage overall, which takes up to 40 to 60. And then that value pierces armor extra. But if you consider the fact that it's really only it's only the axes that will benefit from the armor piercing, because if you're using javelins, you should be throwing them at an unarmored target anyway. Not that you always will be, but you know, that's the idea. These marksmen should target the caravan hands and the donkeys. Should. In any case, if we lose some of our ninjas and I make new ones, I might make them Duelist, offhand free type guys. But for these guys, well, I've already taken Shield Expert, I don't think it's worth it. Because if I do that, then I'm just wasting the Shield Expert perk. Oh, that second one missed. Unlucky. How can that be a 5% chance only? Oh, right. Low melee skill. And then distance. Oh! 9% shot. He's shooting at Arno. Good hits yet then. Oh, right in the face. 50%. Damn it. I'm not going to step forward because it's going to expose my backline. I need to kill these guys and rush at these marksmen sooner rather than later, because I can't allow them to keep taking shots at my backline. Any one of these hits could actually kill my marksmen. You little dagger using bastard. Excuse me. That was a 5% chance to hit, I believe. That's tempting to hit the guy who's fleeing, but I don't want to expose here. Oh! If that crossbow bolt had hit, oh no, that probably would have killed him. 11 hit points left. Oh, are you kidding me? Don't you fucking dare kill him with a throwing weapon. Oh no, you're too important. Run away bravely. Still in range. 6, he's just out of range. 4, 5, 6, 7, he's just out of range. But throwing weapons 1, 2, 3, 4. He should be just out of range. How freaking scary is that though? Oh fuck, thanks Bashi. You f off with that dagger. And yeah, it is a 5% chance, so that means that the one that hit him had a 5% chance of hitting. Pretty unlucky for us. Oh, so close. Oh shit, I've left him open. Damn. Not bad, Pauline. Oh, these fucking crossbows. At least we've taken care of that one. We've got 2 more to deal with here. And so our archers aren't amazing at killing their crossbowmen yet, but they will be. Once they level up some more and they get stronger. In my offline campaign with my test subjects who are on day 350, killing bandit marksmen becomes, you know, pretty simple. The front line just keep their kite shields up, and the backline archers just make short work of them, really. Lamellar armor there. I want that head armor as well. Going over here, I would have needed him to panic. Oh, good hit. Oh, legend. Living legend. Oh, I forgot that bobbins can only attack once. That's 2 of the 3 marksmen down. Now it's time to kill that marksman. Murder these 2. I mean, I wouldn't mind their armor, but it's not worth taking the risk. Let's just straight up murder them. Oh, clever bastards. Good dodge there. And so typical, I mean, now that the battle is pretty much won, now the Canvan hands get involved. Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. So close. Oh, unlucky Venthorn. Off with his head. God. It. But these two need to go down quick so I can get a net on this guy. I might even net him now. As soon as that other marksman goes down, Arnott can get close again and he can use a net. Oh, please let them run away. That'll be so good for us. We're not going to get through that kite shield. Excellent, that fleeing. Ooh, scary. Okay, I need to get Adpoling out of there. %43 chance to hit is actually pretty good, considering he's got a kite shield that's in a shield wall position. Okay, we can rotate Adpoling out on the next turn. Oh, shit. Kremenko can barely move. Oh, Bane, don't damage that armor. Good boy, Greyfang. I'm really glad that this caravan hand moved up, because hopefully the wolf will then focus the caravan hand. This is super risky. Adpoling could easily die now to the wolf. But look at that armor and that weapon, it's totally worth the risk. Oh, my goodness. Die, you bastard. There we go, finally. Ashi? Let's check something out. So, it doesn't seem like you get the extra damage bonus for having the offhand free. The challenge is daggering this guy before the dogs and the caravan hands ruin his armor. Bobbins, I think just wait. Well, stab, it's 40% chance, it's worth a try. I mean, fine, it's pretty unlikely. But if one of those hits, it could ruin his morale, which helps us a lot. It makes it so much easier to kill him. That's fine, I needed Alvarin to be able to go in there anyway. Anybody have a wound that I want to ignore? I actually want to try this Iron Will potion. I want to see whether it's going to remove the debuff of the dislocated shoulder, because he came into the fight with that. I'm not at all sure it will. Go. This is likely to be the first of many sets of heavy armor we get like this. Okay, so it looks like that Iron Wool potion only works if you've suffered the injury in the battle, which I suppose is fair enough. Oh, shit! Yeah, he's fully exhausted, so he should only be able to attack once a turn. Or if he puts his shield up, which hopefully what he does. If he puts his shield up, then he can't attack. Never mind, he's fleeing. Nice! Dog destroyed the shield. Never seen that before. One more stabby stab. Here we go. Everyone's exhausted. Notice how the dog bites didn't do any hit points damage, I don't think. Yeah, fair enough. Don't want that guy killing the dog, so it's over. Sweet, so lamellar harness and closed mail. And a level 3 mace. So we probably scored about 10,000 gold worth of gear there, if not more. Those maces can run up to 4,000 gold quite easily. And lamellar harness can run you anything up to like 5,000 gold. Bannerman. Need to get his range defense up to about 20, I'd say. Good. Okay, ready the troops. Steed resolve at level 5 is not great. Oh, but he hasn't even got fortified mind yet. Okay, great. Great. It's too hard to know who's going to have the fatigue for this harness. Herbert's already got one. Look at that, it's almost the same numbers. 240 for 29, 230 for 30. Good. Who's that mace specialist here? On off. So when you're ready on off, there's a winged mace there ready for you. Excellent. We just got to survive for the next, what, week and a half, it looks like, or week, 8 days. This would be far too expensive. Maybe it's worth treating the ones that'll take the longest to heal. 1 to 3, 1 to 3. Like that, 3 to 7, that's worth paying to heal up. 1 to 4, 1 to 5. That takes it down to 2 to 5 days, which is not so bad. That's good, we've needed a hawk for a while. Ooh, 950 gold for a male hauberk. That is an absolute bargain. as is that, but as you can see, you don't have the money for it. Noble male. I think that's pretty much what I'm going to put on my archers for the most part. $35 to $50 is not great, but we will try it at a certain point. Also, the three-headed flail, in my experimentation with it so far, it's been pretty underwhelming, if I'm honest. I think we'd be crazy to turn that down. That's just so cheap. Okay, so everyone on the front line has now, you know, half-decent armor. Let's offload all the junk we don't need. How many shields is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Don't need 8. And I'm supposed to be on a hiring binge right now, but just as it happens, I've, you know, spent most of my money. Let's wait till we get back up to like 3,000 or 4,000. No, that'll be too hard right now. What I need is a delivery mission. Our money has fluctuated wildly. It feels like just 10 minutes ago we had 11,000 gold. But then dropping, what, I think we spent, what, 8.5 or 9,000 on those 2 warbows. It'll do that to your finances. Escort to Tannenweiler, it's around the corner. Give me a delivery. Or find a place, good. That's actually really good. That can give us some time to run around and heal up. And those are really cheap. But you can't afford them right now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spears. I don't need this second pike, do I? Probably sell that. I could also get rid of the great axe. I haven't decided yet whether I want to go for great axe or not. I mean, having guys with great axes or two-handed flails on the outside flanks. Powder planes, where's powder planes there? It's very flashy and it looks awesome, and you know, when you get them fully surrounded, they're amazing. But I feel like warhammers and great swords are just more reliable and more dependable, and considering how hard this campaign has been, I think I'm better off having just 2 warhammers and a bunch of great swords. Is that it? Return. Abode of the night. Okay. The injuries should be starting to clear up now pretty soon. It's Landarion has healed up. Could well make the argument, considering how the last fight went, that I should throw my priorities behind getting the very best armor for Arnar, given how amazingly well he's leveling up and his potential as a high-end archer. Carrying too many swords here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't need more than 7, so 2 of those swords can be sold. Good. We'll make all that money back from the furs. I got rid of the great axe because even if I might use it, I won't be using it anytime soon. By the time we get a brother who I would want to use that great axe, that would be long enough down the road that we'll have the money to buy him one or find another one. Three Hexen, that's winnable. That's a fight we could win, but Hexen fights are just a bummer a lot of the time. Got to give wooden sticks to everyone. Run at them, try to keep your own people stunned up. I generally don't like the Hexen fights because the stakes are so high and the rewards are so low. So the rewards are so low because, you know, fine, you get paid or whatever. But on the downside, if they, let's say for example, they mind control Thesmol with his great sword, and I fail to stun him and he gets a swing off, he can easily one-shot one of our guys. Let's see, whenever a mercenary takes off a boot, you can see the blood seeping through his sock. They've accumulated sores and boils. One man peels the flesh off his toe as he regrets doing that, and you nod. All in all, this is the price to pay for being on the road so much. You've travelled the world, Alvarin. Suggestions? When it comes to walking the earth, Alvarin Hammerader is longer in the tooth than anyone. He laughs at the plight of his fellow sellswords. Ah, now this is what I'm talking about. Never mind the pain, men. Embrace the soreness. The company collectively tells him to stuff it, but the roadman happily wiggles his toes around. You didn't even realize that he has his boots off before that. His feet are so calloused you thought the bony figures but folds of leather. Put damn boots back on your tit. So in terms of hiring people, it's not unrealistic to hope that at some point, if we can get our hands on a hedge knight, we should actually invest in one, which I normally wouldn't, especially this early on. But given that we've got 2 squires, 1 or 2 squires, 1, 2, yeah, we've got 2 squires. I think they get extra melee skill and fatigue or melee defense from the hedge knights, and hedge knights are just incredible anyway. So. Let's see who's got low morale. 43 is the lowest there on the front. Okay, daggers. I think actually I might be better off giving the ninjas daggers, because like they could have helped to stab in that one fight, but their melee skill is so terrible. I think the goblin skewer is the way to go. Yeah, they're never going to land a dagger hit. That's just not going to happen. Long's episode been 34 minutes. We'll do one more fight. What you got for us? Graves in the cemetery. Absolutely, I'll do that. And just like that, everyone's wounds have healed. A quick little test here. Now you see, there's double grip, but you don't get double grip on throwing weapons, which I suppose makes perfect sense. Just for this fight, I'm going to have them carry nets, because we're clearing out a cemetery, which has a 0% chance of there being any ranged enemies. But it could be anything as tough as fallen heroes or even a necromancer, so those nets could come in handy. Okay, Nachtiers. Gauge Nachtier protocol. Wait, what? Oh, that's the iron will potion that we used on Bobbins in the previous fight. Interestingly, because I don't know if it's meant to interact like that, but I think it's because it couldn't actually take effect on him, so it just put it into his inventory. Interesting. Very interesting. This should be fine. 24, yeah, you see how the accuracy falls off horribly at range like that. Oh, warbows. I love the damage that they do. You do got to kind of hope for the best though when you are using a warbow, because, see, if you get unlucky, that can happen. See, I wasn't even aiming at that one. Now that's a free Nachtia upgrade for one of these buggers. What can happen with the warbow, I've had it happen to me a couple times, is that you shoot at one of the big ones, instead it goes wide and it hits a little one in the head, which kills it in one shot. Which you don't want, because you don't want them eating corpses to get big. But at least I'm covering that corpse now. Oh, boys! That's plus 20 accuracy on that spear. How can you be missing that? Oh. Come on, Kremenko, you got this. Hold that southern flank for us. Oh, that's nice damage. 48 damage. At this point, I think I can just fire into the group like this. We can pretty much just run forward at them now. This is where the ninjas really excel. These kind of close range battles against these unarmored targets. Good stabby stabbing. This, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give up height advantage, but luckily, have I got quick hands? I do not. I've got heavy armor, so I should be fine. Ooh, with the berserk, didn't realize that. Good dodging. Yeah, Alvarin actually has a bright future ahead of him. Keep him alive. Oh! Nice. Kremenko, has he actually got fearsome? No, he doesn't. But of course he wouldn't, because my two-handed weapon users don't need it. Not in the slightest. And quick hands is so good. It's just the value of the versatility it gives you is just difficult to quantify. Our ninjas have done great work this fight. Very pleased with their performance. Sergeant Leothan is becoming someone you shouldn't fuck with, actually. 67 accuracy at his level isn't great, but I mean, very often when I'm playing, I kind of don't expect my bannerman and my sergeant to do any fighting, really. Even if they do nothing else but hold a flank and stop guys from panicking, more than done their job. Damage they do is just a bonus, really, as far as I'm concerned. Fatigue is fine, his hit points are also totally fine, but +4 was hard to turn down. He's beefy, he's a beefy boy. And I think it's time to get brawny, because then he can wear even heavier armor. What else could I do? I do think he does need fast adaptation, though. Yeah, let's get fast adaptation. I'm half tempted to splash on a big greatsword for Kremenko. No, it's all about the armor right now. Let's give the guys heavy armor and stop this from happening. What's this? Hunt down what kills people in the woods. This is going to be spiders, I would think. Ooh, we need a bowyer. But he's a dastard, so no. I mean, that might not be the worst thing, because, I mean, my bowyer would be on the back line anyway, and you just put him next to your bannerman. The bannerman just starts the combat by using Raise Morale, which takes away Dastardly. The Dastardly actually isn't that bad. The other one is worse. The other one that says can never be confident. Insecure, I think, is actually worse. We'll hire both of these nerds. But, yeah, I've forgotten. I haven't got any money now. Feckin' poor. I hope this is Direwolves. Shret, that is fantastic. I'm so pleased at Shret. Because as scary as the Shret are, they are super important, because if they give us like a nectar, and you combine that with the spider's webs, and it makes a lining for the armor that reduces the armor's weight by 20%. That then allows you to put that into a full plate armor, making its 42 fatigue down to 36. You then get 300 body armor for 36 fatigue, which is not bad at all. It could maybe even help push an archer who's got a Saleh helmet and noble armor down to the 60% reduction. Let's think about how this fight's going to go down. We're going to maintain shield walls up front. Axe is going to be super important. The throwing axes are going to be important as well. We've got to make sure to surround these things while making sure that we don't stand in a straight line. It's only 2 of them, which is encouraging. 88 accuracy. I'm looking at the accuracy here. Wondering whether I can justify the winged mace. No, not with that low accuracy. Also, I'm very curious to see whether poisoned oil actually works against these things. I don't think it does. But let's find out. Okay, and fighting them in the forest, I think, helps. Actually, no, it doesn't, because it makes it harder to surround them. You spot pairs of green eyes glowing in the distance, no doubt a sight of the Shrats themselves. So you order your men to clamber toward them quietly. Cresting a hill, you find the trunk of one tree surrounded by direwolves. They've crouched beneath it like knights swearing fealty. Your arrival has not gone unnoticed as a Shrat leans forward with a seemingly ancient crooning. Creatures at its root growl and turn as though commanded. You're not sure what to make of such arboreal allegiance. The drowned men will break them all the same. Okay, so it's going to be direwolves and 2 Shrat. This could be interesting. And they've surrounded us, which is not at all what I was expecting. That's super fucking annoying. Oh, she's like, yeah, whatever. I kill everything. It. Good, very good. In fact, Leothan the Legend, double rotation, keeps his lad safe. Now where do I need to go here? That's, at Polling, that's probably the right place to go. Let's think about how these Shrat fights are going to go down. So we kill that direwolf. Where's the Shrat going to go? I don't want him to be there because then he can attack in a line and I can only put a few people around him. I think we kill this direwolf and we back up. We get the Shrat to come in here so we can surround it there. This one's out in the open, so that's fine. Which means that I need to finish up this fight and get over here, especially with these guys closing in. The fact that they started by surrounding us has made this a lot harder than it would otherwise be. Also, these direwolves are not frenzied direwolves, so thank goodness for small mercies. They move really fast, wow. But I suppose they would have Pathfinder. Or at the very least they wouldn't suffer from the movement penalties. This one's shielded, so what do we do here? Arnulf is in a huge amount of trouble. Leothan with rotation is all the way on the other side. I'm guessing it's immune to being knocked back. Yep. I can't really do shit until that shield goes down. I may as well attack with the dog to kill the direwolf. I haven't fought these Shrats very much. I don't know whether just doing regular damage does damage to the shield. Like, and the other Shrats in there somewhere. Okay, this has gotten very scary very quickly. This little wolf needs to die. Quick. Thank goodness they're not frenzied direwolves, because the overwhelm would have lowered Arnulf's melee defense. I don't think that's going to do anything, is it? So, damages the shield for 1 hit. And like, the only person who's got shield damaging is Sergeant Leothan. So we just throw nets and we kind of buy our time here. I think it's going to have to be all about the daggers then, because I very stupidly didn't give everybody axes, which I really should have done. Oh, Jesus, that damage is fucking insane. And now fighting them in the forest here, this makes it so much harder because I can't use that position. So I'm gonna have to dagger this bastard down. Oh, I've got to run all the fucking way around. Van Thorn only just survived. Holy shit. Okay, my big great swords. Oh, don't tell me it's that one. I want to X next. The great swords can use split shield as well. If it's running away, I'm totally fine with that, because holy hell. Look at that, it does almost no damage. 9 damage, 8 damage. Even though with my stab, it should be doing 15 to 35. That must mean that shielded reduces puncture as well. Not consider that. Oh crap, I'll just put him in a line. Fuck! Okay, rip Van Thorn. Fuck my life. Oh, Van Thorn dodged. Oh, she didn't. So it appears that it does more and more damage with each hit. It's only my second fight ever against these. He misses. Bobbins for 1 damage. 32 roll 28. Basic mail for 76. Fucking hell. I think just get out of there, Van Thorn. He is wrecked. I think I want Patton in that spot. Good lord, this was so much harder than I was expecting. Well, good lessons learnt though for fighting Shrat, which is, it ain't easy. That's interesting, so you can actually miss shield. That second shot missed the shield, but only did 3 damage. Shit, I'm worried about Bobbins, this is not good. Well, Bobbins, good luck. Hope you survive. Oh, the armor piercing is mental. Fuck, just move him, Stobbie. What are you doing? And that can't be netted. Okay, that's... Fuck, these things are terrifying. We're learning a lot, though. We're learning a whole lot. No, don't come back. Run away. So I just gotta wait until this thing's shield goes down and then just try to do whatever I can, I suppose. I throw that. I'm probably just gonna hit Bobbins in the back of the head. Fuck me. Okay, boys. Do what you can. Jesus Christ, these things take no damage. Is this even a fight I can win? I'm not sure. it's pretty clear that we need our tier 3 weapons for this. Great swords and hammers and that type of stuff. Well, on the plus side, we are at least not making it sprout off more. If we've got to try to find some sort of silver lining for this. He says making it sprout. Did that miss? Okay. Okay, it's shielded, so really wishing I had that great that great axe now that I threw away. And I gotta wait another friggin' what feels like 20 years to get this thing's shield down. Oh Christ, this one's coming back. We're making progress with this one at least. It's like a third of its health left. I'm going to keep you where you are because if this strat goes there, then that's not the end of the world. Actually, here we go. Finally. Oh, and he's exhausted. Of course he's exhausted. I'm going to wait, have it go while shields are up. Oh, okay, what was the chance to hit there? 22% chance. Okay, so you can realistically shield up against it. But there is a question of timing here, because once you get the shield down, you need everyone to be able to shoot before. I think like if I destroy its shield now and then it acts, it regrows its shield almost immediately. We might need to play with waiting. Ooh. Add polling, you just gotta hold that one at bay. Come on boys, we almost got him. Come on boys. Oh! Raid boss down, lads. Raid boss down. One of the two. Van Thorn, you just gotta stay alive. No way I can stand here. Of course, don't forget, I can't net this. Let's fight this one. I can probably attack from there with Arnar, but that warbow really doesn't do much. I probably want to use Baoshi, but he's got a broken arm, and both my ninjas are out of this combat. 50% chance to hit, and it missed. We can attack. I'm looking from obviously the front lines there, the back line. We attack from there, there, and there. So that's 3 backline people. So we'll say backline people, we'll say Padden, Leothan, and Arnulf, because Arnulf has a pike. This is intense, man. The shades of the Lindworm fight in this. These things are not to be messed with. But I do feel like the rewards are going to be worth it. The crafting stuff you get from them is wonderful. There's, what's that on the floor? There's some wood of some sort. What I really want is the amber, the adhesive that it gives you. Oh shit! Okay, so that's a reasonable risk to take. I've never tried that before. Let's just try and calculate what its base melee accuracy is. So I've got 44 melee defense. It swung for 57, so it's got like 90 melee skill. Shit. Wow. The shield up. Don't even bother attacking it until the shield is down. How do I get to a position there? I need to go all the fucking way around to get there. We just got to stand back. We can't do shit against this thing right now. Okay, the lads who are injured, just step back. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hadden Fane dead. Just by having his turn end there, he got attacked twice in a row. Fuck my life. Sorry, Padden. Looks like we are in the market for another bannerman. Again, it's so disappointing to suffer that loss, but it's such valuable intel. I can't get there until someone's in that spot. The fact that it's confident is fucking Jesus Christ! Head is hit for 51 damage. I don't think Oddpolling has... where is he? Yeah, see, he doesn't have Steel Brow. That would have been 20 odd damage if he had Steel Brow. Oh, fuck's sake. At least get around here and try help with that little sapling. Interesting in that its shield hasn't grown back yet. I mean, I knew that was going to sprout another sapling, but we're doing such good damage to it now, finally. Please don't kill that Bolling. Oh, it missed, thank God. Now, this is pretty obvious to say, but Jesus, these things are terrifying. Fuck, it's shielded again. So close. One more hit and Pauling could have killed it. Oh my God, 5 hit points. Oh, are you kidding me? Let me guess, it's going to attack before Kremenko is able to act on the next turn, and then Kremenko's going to die. I knew it. I fucking knew it. No. Holy shit, that was terrifying. That was just 2 of them. Now we only got 1 glowing resin and 1 bit of ancient wood. The Shrats are slain, their arboreal remains now resembling little more than ordinary trees. Carved trophies and evidence for return to Grimold the Trademaster. Note to self, don't fuck with Shrats either, they are almost on a par with Lindworms. Punkmeyer, you're promoted. Get forward. Although he's level 1, so I can't actually put him on the front line. Good lord, that was fucking intense. That's very good melee defense. I wonder if I shouldn't go range defense. or just really beef up his hit points. Hit points, 86, that's excellent. Hammer time. We don't have a warhammer for him. I could go berserk, which is like the more short-term benefit. It's berserk time. Then at level 11 we will go hammer mastery. And then I've got to decide between footwork or killing frenzy. On the hammer raiders I'll probably go killing frenzy. On the great swords we'll go footwork, because the great swords will need the footwork to get into position to kill ghosts. Whereas that's less important. That's less important for the hammer users. Renko likewise, berserk time. On off the mace special. He's not going to need fast adaptation. He's going to need Colossus. Oh, +3. So 12 range defense is nice, and I think 12 is a decent bit of range defense to try to aim to get everybody at. Fuck me, that was terrifying. What a mission that was. Greenskins rampaging. I'd love to do it, but I can't right now. They're all badly wounded. Oh, holy hell, that was crazy. Yeah, we need to head to that main city and make some profit. Wow, okay, so this episode was all about the Battle of the Shrats. Suffered yet another fatality, fuck's sake. And I need to find a temple to treat these wounds. Himmelmark has a temple. Okay, thanks for watching, friends. That was intense, but we learned a lot about fighting Shrats. My big learning from that is a second Dane axe, I think, would have made all the difference there, or a second hand axe. So much so that I think I should even justify hanging on 2 spare hand axes. What would have turned that fight on its head was if my frontline guys were all using hand axes. And then you can kind of pick who uses the split shield ability. The ninjas felt kind of useless, but they wouldn't have been if they were throwing their javelins at the Shrat, which is technically unarmored once you get past the shield. They would have done a lot more work. Okay, we learned a lot. It sucks that Pat and Fane had to die for that lesson, but you guys know me. I'm all about lessons learned in blood. Thanks for watching, friends. I'm Stobbie for now, and this is The Drowned Men. Next time.